It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson, author of an 1,100-yard season so far, and hoping to add more. It's the Vikings and the Bears, coming up next.
We find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaudin alongside my good friend Charles Davis. And CD, for as much as the defender in you probably hates to hear it, the NFL is a league ruled by offenses, and we've got a couple of good ones about ready to do battle here.
Well, you know me quite well. Maybe one day I can get to be commissioner. I can flip that around a little bit, and we can just talk about defense. But let's face it, we're talking about two units that rank in the top 5 in the league. So I think this might be a game where you forget about the field goals. You better finish your drives with touchdown if you want to keep up with the Joneses on the other sideline.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First play's a run with Nwangu. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Cousins to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Off the play fake, Cousins. That's dropped underneath to Nwangu. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Sure, you're in a situation you have to run with it. They're just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out in the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Cousins now from the 50. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to him.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
On 3rd down, Cousins. They'll find Nwangu underneath. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. 5 yards, and that means they come up short. as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their 38. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 in 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago. A boatload of carries, 111 yards.
And a rushing title's definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there. But they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
The Bears at 12-2 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
A shotgun snap, Fields. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Now Montgomery running right. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Fields. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth puts it in. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Komet. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Matt Eberflus clearly in disagreement with that last call, and he's going to throw the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide, and I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now a give running right. Nwangu to about the 35, second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And this will be a Vikings first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Cousins.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 35. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on his team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
They go play action. Cousins rolling to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now Cousins.
Drops this off with Nwangu.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. To throw, Cousins. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings use the only turnover to get on the board first here in this one. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fields taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Fields. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will work his way out of bounds here at the 25-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 52 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now Fields locates Hardman for another catch. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Fields eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Montgomery will take it in. Touchdown Bears. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
A 1st down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. On play action, Cousins.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
And he has 10 touchdowns on the season. When anyone scored that many times, as a former defender, I know exactly what you're talking about before the game. Key on him. Don't let him get in the end zone today, guys. Let's keep him out of there.
Cousins throw complete to his receiver, Thielen.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup. Then the drive will continue.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Play fake. Cousins.
And again, back to Kmet. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. These two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Another run now for Nwangu.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Here's Cousins. And incomplete on the deep ball. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks and tables ended with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
There's McCole Hardman as he brings this offense onto the field yet again.
Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here's Fields.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. This one swung out to...
And the ball is knocked out. And the Vikings pick up the football. Room here to run.
He's still on his feet.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On the Jets sweep, here comes Jefferson.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Cousins to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Bears force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Fields on first down. Goes right back to Smith again.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down.
A 6-yard pickup.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Running left, Montgomery. Oh, he faked him with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46.
To throw is Fields.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Outright, he's got Ruckert. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
Caught by Montgomery.
They snap it to Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Meanwhile, Cousins throw here into the hands of Jones.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. He'll find Jones again. Complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Cousins on 1st down.
They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
A gain of a yard.
They'll throw again. Cousins.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 36. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cousins. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They go play action. Cousins. He completes it to Jones.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Throwing. Cousins.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And that's off the left upright, but it caroms right in. How about that? The kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So put 3 on the board. A little bit of a hook on the driver that time. Look a little bit like you, Charles, over on the 8th at Windermere.
You know me too well, partner. Except that he got his to hit a tree and kick back into the fairway.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off with points for themselves.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
70 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
1st down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Back to throw, Fields.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline. But out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And out now come the Vikings. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Block Edwards now to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Fields. So this is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On 1st down, it's Fields. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Fields on 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. 1st down, Vikings.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Caught on the right side by Jones. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. From the gun, here's Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. So that'll get him to 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Cousins.
They'll set up the screen for Nwangu.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Cousins now from the 50.
And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
That's complete to Chandler on the check down.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll start in the Motor City. Detroit playing host to Green Bay in an NFC North matchup. And it's the Lions who hold on to the lead in that one. DeAndre Swift. A touchdown run in that first half. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Darius Slayton, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And at halftime, they trail the visiting Titans in that ball game. The Titans still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing, but he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now, making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end round. Complete.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Play action. It's Fields.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now a give, running left is Nwangu. Down to about the 37.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing is Cousins.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Up the middle, Nwangu.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Taking down at the 19-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Cousins to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Cousins. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. To throw, Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Gonzalez's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7.
If you think about it, that's a pretty important second-half field goal, Charles. That now stretches this to...
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears now ready to take over again. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the 24, Fields. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that is incomplete.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there taken in by Smith.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw is Fields.
He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
90 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 29.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
Here's Fields.
And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Back to throw, Fields. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Sean Murphy bunting. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense.
Following the interception, Cousins.
Complete. Jefferson the target. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
To throw is Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Cousins now.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Handoff right side to Wangu.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Wisely will throw that one away. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this.
Now on 2nd and 13.
Fields. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw?
Here comes the Bears punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. He'll take it at the 42. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And now out comes Minnesota. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
On second down, here's Nwangu. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on 3rd.
Could play an exotic coverage.
Now Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now a handoff to Chandler.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Cousins.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
It's now 3rd down and 14.
3rd and long for Cousins.
And firing a deep ball for Kmet. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
A 56-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And that'll keep this a 9-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up...
That's caught left side by Hardman. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here's Fields.
And that's knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Vikings defense... First down, here's Cousins.
He'll find Nwangu underneath.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
It's now 2nd and 6 at their 49-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
Multiple defenders in there to bring him down as this quarter comes to an end.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Back to throw. That's complete right side to Kmet. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He'll boot it away from about his 35.
Here's Hardman to return. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On 1st down, Fields. Catch is made by Hardman. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The end result, 21 yards.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Second and 9. Fields now to throw.
And this is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up the 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball.
First play's a run with Nwangu. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. 2 yards.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins shifts by him.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Cousins on 1st down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
On the give is Nwangu. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. To throw, Cousins. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They run it with Chandler. He'll take it inside the 25.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Chandler. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. Taking it right down Broadway. Past the 20. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. Now an end around as Cousins have just popped us forward to about the 23.
Holding offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. This offense on 3rd down today, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Patterson's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ballgame, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
To throw is Fields. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Smith. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. On 2nd and goal, Fields. That's caught left side. Ruckert with it. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Fields. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are right back in this football game.
What a stand there defensively. They force the 3rd and goal, force them into what they think will be a passing situation, and then they make sure to lock up all the receivers and come away with the interception. Sounds simple, but that was really well done.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field.
A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. 1-yard gain.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Cousins.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Cousins, and that's incomplete. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he goes out right around the 39. From the 39,
Fields.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
Fields. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Give left side here for Nwangu. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Now Cousins. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Cousins now. And he'll just get rid of it. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
Results in the 4th down.
The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Second and 6.
They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he stopped immediately there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Now Fields.
He's got his man. That's Hardman.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here comes the Bears punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So Cousins and the Vikings down 17-16, 1:44 to go. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Able to find Kmet. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Here's Cousins.
Drops this underneath for Chandler.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Cousins to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Chandler.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Now Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Chandler.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Cousins.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
A big one coming now for the kicker, Zane Gonzalez. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Minnesota, it's a rare peak in a season of valleys as they move to 3-12 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Chicago, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.